Hello everyone and welcome to Flickering Myth. My name is EJ Marino and wow, we have another Christmas movie to talk about. Today, we're diving in to Happiest Season. So to start this off, I will say I am not a usual rom-com fan and I'm not a Christmas movie fan, but something about Happiest Season just worked for me. Yes, it is the LGBTQ representation, and I also really like the cast, but overall, this is the type of wholesome romantic comedies set at the holiday season that everyone seems to like, and I can actually see the magic now. I can see why people like these type of movies, because this one really worked for me. I thought the jokes landed, well, most of them. There's a couple stuff, that doesn't really fit into the rest of the movie, but I thought the jokes landed. I thought the cast was strong. I thought it overall had a good message, a good family strong film, even though the family in this movie is not the best around. Some of them are pretty insufferable. There's still a solid message about being yourself around the holidays, making sure your family knows your true self, and just trying to be happy. Sometimes, especially going to be this holiday season, it is hard to stay positive and try to keep up the cheery attitude of the holiday season. But I think this movie is a good way to start and a good reminder to be happy during the happiest season. The film stars Mackenzie Davis and Kristen Stewart as the couple Abby and Harper. They're going to Harper's family's house for the holiday season, getting ready, going to go meet there, going to go like kiss babies and shake hands because her father is running for mayor. But there is one thing, Harper is not out to her family. Her girlfriend Abby is so supportive and wants to be there, but once she gets there, she knows this is not going to be an easy time. She's going to have to go back into the closet herself, do this fake facade of this orphan who's her roommate, and overall just try to figure out how she's going to handle all of this when she was planning to propose to her girlfriend. Yes, Abby was planning to propose to Harper, but everything goes crazy and we kind of fall into the typical romantic comedy hijinks. There's stuff that gets in the way. There's the moment where they start getting kind of tense and maybe they fight a little bit and then they eventually, work things out. It's everything you expect from these kind of movies, but something about the cast in here, something about the whole overall attitude, I really was vibing with it. I think it's maybe because it inspired me to wear a Santa hat, but something about this was just so wholesome and innocent and nice. Usually, I think a lot of the problems people have with queer films, LGBT films, something focusing on a gay relationship, they're like, this is going to be scandalous. This is going to have gay stuff in it. And it's just like, bro, there's nothing too crazy in this movie. Like, it is just the typical stuff you would see from anything. If it's a black family, a straight family, an Asian Christmas story, a good old white story about white people celebrating Christmas. This just feels like every one of those films. It just happens to have two lesbians at the center of the film. It really does a good job of not trying to be a gay film and just trying to be a typical romantic comedy at Christmas time. Even though I don't love those type of movies, this is a good example of everyone deserves their equal share of it. Like, we all deserve our own cheesy romantic comedies, and I like that this is one of those. What makes Happiest Season as good as it is the cast. Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis are great anchors for this story. I really like Kristen Stewart in this film. She's been growing on me, and she feels perfect in this romantic comedy kind of thing. She's kind of the straight man character. She's not as outlandish and crazy as some of the other characters, and she's, the kind of the one that we're following, the one who's having to deal with all the craziness, and I like we got to follow her character. Mackenzie Davis does a great job as well. I thought she was really nice and just had a good positive attitude to her character, even though I wasn't completely in love with everything Abby or Harper's character had to do. I still felt for her. I still empathized with her, and she did a really good job selling that. But then you have the supporting cast: Victor Garber, Mary Steinbrenner, Aubrey Plaza, Allison Brie. There are so many good. But hold on, I left out one here. Dan Levy steals this whole film. You may know him as the guy who's in Schitt's Creek. His dad is the amazing Eugene Levy. Dan Levy really has a great moment in here where his character is kind of funny. He's the one staying at home, helping Abby out with some stuff, and there's typical stuff you would see in a comedy film there. But then there's a moment where he kind of has a really good speech about all of this and really lets his heart go out, and I really enjoy that. He's really one of my biggest surprises in this film. I liked Aubrey Plaza a lot as well. I'm a big fan of her, but she did good. But I don't know, Dan Levy really surprised me in this movie. Something about what he was saying in his speech, something about his kind of comedic timing. He's going to be really good at this. I want to see him have his own Happiest season, give him his own cute queer Christmas film, and I think that would be so good. But yeah, I really enjoy this cast. This is a cast that could have sold any film, even if it wasn't a LGBT story at the center of it. This would have still been a good film because this cast really acts the hell out of it. Again, from top to bottom, this is strong comedic acting with a good soul at the center. Everyone is here to have a good time and tell the story, and you can tell that. I know usually in my reviews I talk about cinematography and all those stuff, but I wanted to focus about the representation here. It's a romantic comedy. The cinematography, the score, the script, it's all the same. You kind of know what to expect, but this is done very well. This is not an insult against romantic comedies, against Christmas films, but you know what to expect. This movie was really about its strong cast and what it was telling, what it was doing with its representation. I really appreciate that. Alright everyone, that was it for my review of Happiest Seasons. What do you guys think of this review? What do you guys think of this movie? Are you guys going to check it out? And if you have checked it out, what do you think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to Flickering Myth because we make videos like this every single week. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. I wore a Santa hat for you guys, so please give me a thumbs up for that alone. Alright everyone, let's talk about Happiest Season down below.